In this video we're going to look at equality in complex numbers. So the thing to remember is if two complex numbers are equal to each other, then their real parts must be equal to each other and their imaginary parts must be equal to each other. Just to, I suppose, show that, I've taken a sum here. It's x plus 2 plus 4i equals 6 plus y minus 2 all multiplied by y. Right, I am going to, I suppose, just write over the real parts in green. So here's the real parts, the bits without the I. So that's the real part on the left hand side, and on the right hand side it's the 6. Note that this isn't real because the y minus the 2 is all multiplied by the I. So that's all imaginary. Right, so therefore by looking at this rule, this here must equal this. So I could find out what x is here. So x plus 2 equals 6. So we just take what's on the left, the real part's what's on the left, the real part's what's on the right, let them equal each other. X plus 2 equals 6, so x equals 6 minus 2, which is 4. Okay. Now we look at the imaginary parts. Again, the imaginary parts on the left hand side must equal the imaginary parts on the right hand side. So that means 4i plus y minus 2 ought to be multiplied by I. Now, when we're doing the imaginary parts, we can drop all the i's. Okay? So really what we have is 4 equals y minus 2. We can drop the i's. So that means y equals 6. Okay, just so a few sample questions then, just to stress this. So it says find x and y if x plus 2i plus 2 3 minus multiplied by 3 minus 5 y equals 8 minus 13 yi. Just make sure that's an I. Okay, so here's what we'll do. First thing, we'll multiply out the brackets. So we get x plus 2i plus 2 multiplied by 3, 6, 2 multiplied by minus 5yi is minus 10yi. And that all equals 8 minus 13yi. We'll take the real parts first. So the real parts are anything without an I. So it's this, this, this. So here's the real parts. So we have x plus 6 equals 8. So then x equals minus 6 from both sides, x equals 2. Let's look at the imaginary parts then. We have 2i, we have the minus 10yi, and we have the minus 13yi. So imaginary, we have 2i minus 10yi equals minus 13yi. Remember, I can drop the i's, so 2 minus 10y equals minus 13y. I'll use stabilizers for this. We'll keep my numbers on the left hand side, so I want to get rid of the minus 10y, so I plus 10y. So we plus 10y on this side. We will get 2 equals minus 3y. I don't like these minus y's, so I'm going to change the sign from it across. So then we will divide by 3 on this side, divide by 3 on this side. We'll be left with y equals minus 2 divided by 3. Okay.